What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's reaction video is Undertaker and Mick Foley relive their infamous Hell in a Cell match, WWE Untold. We haven't watched much WWE
No.
on the channel. I don't think you've ever watched WWE.
I've seen bits of it. I know what it is.
You know what it is. Okay, that's good. Obviously, obviously you guys don't know. I have watched a bit of it in the past. Never really fully followed along. I'm just going to move the camera a little bit. Never been into all the storylines, but I've known Brock Lesnar. I think Roman Reigns is in it at the moment. Obviously, I know who Undertaker is. Well, I think he went on a massive streak at WrestleMania. People probably getting annoyed because I'm kind of guessing a little bit, but I think I know it. Okay. But I've never seen this. First WWE reaction on the channel. Let us know in the comments if you want to see more. And are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's check it out. Undertaker versus Mick Foley relive their infamous Hell in a Cell match. What we got? Hell in a Cell is where the cage is. Yeah, there we go. Oh, what a start. That looked painful.
Honestly, I did not expect him to get up from that. He hit and finally he started moving around, and I was like, man, that's one tough son of a gun right there.
I can say he threw him off the roof of it. That is mad. Wow. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention at the start, Patreon, go and check it out. We're releasing videos 48 hours early for next week while we're in England. We've pre-recorded so many, so you've got videos while we're away.
Yes.
I will mention that. I must not forget. But honestly, just watching the videos is enough, isn't it? It really is. Thank you.
Well, my feud with The Undertaker had actually ended a while earlier. I thought we were entering a match cold. I thought my character had been through a lot and people had lost interest in it.
Okay.
After watching the first ever cell match between Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker, I realized I was in a terrible predicament to even try to approach the level that they had reached was going to be very difficult. And I just didn't see how it would be possible without something special.
Okay.
I can guarantee that mankind will have a surprise for everyone that you will not soon forget.
If we can do something special, if we can start a match in a way that no one ever has, maybe we can fool people into thinking we're having a great match, even if we're not.
Okay.
I'm not sure exactly what had happened, but Undertaker broke his foot. And we weren't sure, how that was going to play out. Yeah, I did happen to have a fracture in my ankle. It was such an important time in the business. You knew you had to do it. So, you just grit your teeth and go in there and do what you do.
That compounded the trouble.
That's different gravy, innit? Fractures his ankle and he's like, nah, I'm still going to get on top of that, throw someone off it, get beaten about. That's different gravy, innit?
Not for me.
Fair play.
That we were facing. Yeah, the Undertaker and I reminisced about that a couple of years ago. What were we even doing in that situation? And yet he willingly entered it with a broken foot, which speaks volumes as to what type of competitor he is.
Oh my, look out! The Undertaker is here, and he's walking with purpose. Oh, this is going to be bad.
I don't remember the build-up to that day other than being approached by Mr. McMahon and him asking me if I had been up on top of that structure earlier in the afternoon. And I assured him I had, which was the biggest lie I'd told up to that point in my life.
He'd never been up there.
And then he asked me if I was comfortable up there, and I assured him I was, which became the newest, biggest lie I'd ever told in my life, because if I had ever gone up on top of that structure in the afternoon, I wouldn't have been scaling it that evening because it was terrifying.
I'd be scared.
Absolutely terrifying. Yeah. I know there are people in the WWE universe, superstars, who are not afraid of heights. I'm not one of them.
And he still got up there, though. 1998.
The reaction, even with a normally hot crowd, was a little bit lukewarm until we got up on top of the cell.
What's he doing? Well, he's trying to get up to the top of the cage. Well, I'd see that, but for what? He's not very logical. I mean, he needs therapy.
He needs therapy. Oh, they started on the top.
Oh.
He just got straight up.
It's like Thor.
To be completely honest, it's like, crap. Am I going to be
he's
able to
up
get
there.
up there?
Am I
Yeah,
gonna be able to get up
the
there?
answer was yes, because I don't know how. I mean, I would have got up there. I don't care how, but I would have got up there. It was definitely an exciting way to start off a Hell in a Cell match, to start out on top.
There are moments when our feet are actually sinking into the mesh. It's like we're tearing holes in the mesh as we walk, which should have been a harbinger for even worse things to come.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
you said.
dodgy,
They're
isn't it?
destroying the Hell in a Cell. And my God, don't get them over here where we are.
I still remember clearly the distinct sound of the wire coming unwound or breaking from the pressure of our weight. Well, funny enough, I felt safer on the edge or the poling of the cage.
And I just remember getting a couple of really quality chair shots to the back. I think Jerry Lawler said,
Puts goosebumps on my back there. It makes the hair on my neck stand up. I like it.
Oh. On top as well.
and the next thing I know, I was in flight.
That's mad, innit?
So how'd you do that?
They did it.
They killed him. Oh my God. As God is my witness, he is broken in half.
Everything you heard me say was spontaneous and real. So that call has a pulse.
I cannot believe.
His legs have gone
It's
under as
over.
well.
That cage is 16 feet high.
When I tossed him off of there, and as I was watching him fall, and it seemed like it took forever for him to hit the table. It was like only thing I could liken it to is an outer body experience. It was so crazy, and it was so loud in there with the people. At that point, nothing like that had ever been done.
Believe me, I was almost having a heart attack. Watch what was going on.
I can imagine.
And I got to Mick. I'm asking him, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And he gave me the sign there that I can continue, which flabbergasted me. He said something kind of quietly, and then I heard him say it again. My shoulder. So I called for a stretcher, and in order for the stretcher to get there, we had to lift the Hell in the Cell up. So with the Undertaker still on the top of the Hell in the Cell, it started moving upward.
With him on it?
Why is the
What?
cage raging? Do they realize the Undertaker is still on top of the cage?
Wow, that's quite
Raising
iconic,
the
isn't it?
cage
That seems like
with the
quite
Undertaker
iconic from
still
going
on
on.
top. What?
Obviously, I know they raised the cage, but I was kind of oblivious to it, really. I was so zoned in what we were doing at that point. I'm kind of up there without any kind of communication with anything or anybody. I was just like, well, I guess I'm not going anywhere till they, till they bring me down.
We got Nick about halfway back. He started saying, "No, I want to go back. I want to go back." I said, "No, you're not going anywhere. You're going back. You're going to the hospital." And the next thing I know, Nick jumps up. He started climbing up to Hell in a Cell again. He started going up to the top.
And look at him. You're kidding me. In the hell is he standing? Oh my God. And look at this. He's got a smile on his face, for God's sakes.
He just goes back up. Wow.
He wants to go
Fair
back
play.
up. Mankind is going back up. No way. And so is the Undertaker. No way. How can he climb? How can his body?
He's got
The
the chair.
Undertaker's got the chair. This is absolutely amazing.
Ah, he's mad,
How's he
isn't it?
gonna?
Everybody in the building thought the match was over. I didn't know for sure if I could, but I said I was going to give it my best try. But by the time I got to the top of the cell, I was just about out of energy. So I
imagine?
look back and I wish that I'd had the strength and the energy to exchange with the Undertaker, but I'm thankful that I didn't in retrospect, because if I'd had the strength to exchange, I also would have had the strength to get off the cell for the choke slam.
Oh my god, did he go right down?
What?
That's it, he's dead.
He chokes.
What?
Somebody stop the damn match!
He chokeslammed him through there. Oh my. He's checking.
He's broken in half. And the Undertaker likes it. But I think enough is enough.
Knowing what we know and knowing that that structure gave way, I believe that if I'd gone up in a way that I usually did for choke slams, that would afford me the safest landing on a mat inside a ring, that I would have over-rotated and landed high on my shoulders and likely never wrestled again.
Oh wow, so he's lucky that he had no
I
energy.
totally agree with that.
Wow.
We're talking a matter of a couple of inches, even the way he landed. I mean, that could have been catastrophic. I mean, it really could have. But I stepped off of the panel and onto the support bars. If I hadn't have done that, we'd have both gone through that together. So if you could imagine, if I had stayed on that panel, my weight would have probably been on him too. And then what happens? The scary thought.
Yeah, it could have been so dangerous.
An incredible thud, and it just made you sick to see it. And we could see something, you know, in his nose.
I remember punching him, trying to talk some sense into him, but also being just distracted by this huge, what I thought was a booger in his nose. Come to find out that it was one of his incisors that had went through his lip and ended up in his nose.
And I had the presence of mind to think that if I could just find a way to stick my tongue through that massive wound and wriggle it, that it would create a compelling image. I knew I was going to be okay.
Oh my. Oh. And he's smiling. He is smiling.
Mick had basically just had 2 really bad car accidents and still had the fortitude to get back to his feet and say, we're going to finish this. I mean, that's just another cut of human being right there.
Wow.
You know what? I'm panicking. I really am. I don't know if I should just say the match is over. And then Foley, he grabs me and he goes, where are the tacks?
Oh, God. What is that? Thumbtacks.
Thumbtacks.
Oh my god.
He's getting his revenge.
My God.
You know, just the glittery, you know, the shininess of the tacks. And I guess in retrospect,
Oh no,
we
he's
needed
gonna go
something like that, and seemed like a suitable way to end that match.
Suitable way to end the match. Yeah, he didn't get his revenge. He went in.
The tacks were probably the easiest part of the night. It was definitely icing on the cake for him, you know, for him. He ended up in a bed of tacks, so it was a rough night for Mick Foley.
Yeah, definitely a rough night.
And even as Timmy White was counting 3, you know, that I believe the right foot was just kicking ever so gently to show like, I'm not completely out of this ball game yet. Mike Chioda, who was not the referee of record, but he came out and told me they were bringing a stretcher out for me. And he said, and you can look on the video and you can see I lift my arm. And the reason I lift my arm is I didn't want anyone in Pittsburgh to see me talking. And what I said to him was, have I already been on a stretcher tonight? And when he informed me that I had, that right arm went up about 3 seconds after that for a second time. And I said, I can't be on 2 stretchers in one night. And I hobbled my way to Mr. McMahon's room.
We took him back and put him on a table. He went to let me know that his shoulder was hurt. But he smiled at me, and I could see, you know, that he had a gash under his lip. They started stitching him up right there. Just an incredible sight to see.
Yo, get him a raise.
Mr. McMahon sat me down, and I remember those words specifically. He said, You have no idea how much I appreciate what you've done for this company, but I never want to see anything like that again.
I'm not surprised.
Just grim.
But that must be iconic. Like,
It's everlasting. It's in our minds forever. And it's like any other great event in wrestling or mainstream sports. It's that play that defined the game.
I couldn't ask for a better human being to do that with than Mick. These are things that, like I said, that I haven't really talked about. There's probably only a handful of people that I would, open myself up like that to, he being one of them. It's really special to be considered such an iconic match and one that people really, have all these really fond memories of. That just lets us know we did something right.
It was the reactions to the unexpected, and I think that element of surprise, it embeds it in people's minds so that anyone who was there in the venue or watching live when it happened will never forget that moment. This moment or series of moments has left this indelible imprint on people's memories. We're somehow able to create an image in people's minds that lives on and will outlive me and the Undertaker both.
wow. That is awesome, isn't it? Oh, that was awesome.
I think I'm scarred.
Millie's scored. I don't know if we're doing any more WWE ones, but oh my god, well, to be fair,
That was insane.
they can look back on it now and enjoy it and stuff like that. And wow, that was a year before we were born as well. That's mad, isn't it? Smash that button if you enjoyed, guys. Smash the subscribe button as well. And what should we do?
Have a fantastic day.
And we will see you, legends, in the next one. Peace.